At this time, Zhang Yi looked at the door of the meeting room and suddenly saw a familiar figure. It was Baili Changqing, the captain of the Black Robe team. His sturdy figure was very easy to recognize. He just stood at the door, observing the situation inside the venue with sharp eyes. Zhang Yi thought, Blizzard City dared to let so many mutants in, so it had enough confidence to suppress them. It seemed that there were powerful troops outside who were ready. Once any problem occurred here, they would suppress it without hesitation. It was boring to stay in the venue. It was noisy, and there were too many people, and the air became turbid. Zhang Yi suddenly stood up and said to the others, "I'm going out for a walk." After that, he walked to the aisle alone. Zhou Care hurriedly said, "I'll go too." Zhang Yi waved his hand to stop her and others who wanted to go out with him. "I'm going to talk to Baili Changqing. You stay here and don't move around." There are many people here, and it's better not to move around casually, so as not to inadvertently conflict with someone. After listening to Zhang Yi's words, Zhou Care sat down obediently. Liang Yue, Uncle Yu, and Fatty Shu were sitting on the periphery so that if anything really happened, they would be able to protect them immediately. Zhang Yi walked out of the back door, immediately attracting the attention of the guards around him. However, Baili Changqing saw him, stretched out his hand to signal the guards not to be nervous, and then walked over. "Zhang Yi." Baili Changqing greeted with a smile. Zhang Yi smiled and said, "Do you know what's going on?" Baili Changqing looked around and pulled Zhang Yi aside. Then he said to him, "Something big happened up there. The commander can't come over for the time being because things over there are more urgent and must be dealt with quickly. So I'm not deliberately leaving you alone. When there are results over there, I will come to see you naturally." Zhang Yi nodded in understanding. "Oh, so that's the case? Can I ask what it is?" Baili Changqing shook his head. "I don't know about this. You have to know that our investigation team is just an armed force responsible for executing orders issued by the top leaders, but we don't know about other situations." Zhang Yi frowned slightly but said, "But it seems that the Jiangnan region is about to change. The mutants from 12 cities gathered in the Jiangnan region. Isn't this a big deal?" But Zhu Zheng was still delayed by other things, which means that things over there are more troublesome. Zhang Yi had a bad feeling in his heart, and he even felt that the matter would involve himself. Perhaps the entire Jiangnan region, many forces are difficult to be immune. But now, he knows nothing, and it's useless to worry. Zhang Yi stretched himself lazily. "In that case, just give us a notice and let us go back and wait." "Why do we have to wait here?" Baili Changqing smiled bitterly. "Who said it's not? You wait here, and we have to maintain order nearby. It's just that I heard that the incident happened so urgently that the top leaders went to a meeting to discuss countermeasures. Therefore, they have no time to take care of this side. This doesn't sound like good news. I'm already a little scared." Zhang Yi smiled. Baili Changqing sighed, his eyes full of worry. "Who said it's not? If something big really happened, the people in their investigation team would definitely rush to the front line. He hasn't been the captain for long, and once Bian Junwu died, the strength of the Black Robe team was greatly reduced. If there is a large-scale conflict, can he come back safely next time?" Seeing Baili Changqing like this, Zhang Yi took out a pack of Hetian from the mutant space and handed it to Baili Changqing. Baili Changqing's eyes lit up immediately. This kind of cigarettes cost 100 yen a pack before the end of the world. Nowadays, the cigarette industry chain has long been shut down, and the major forces simply cannot spend resources on this. Therefore, the value of this pack of Hetianxia is even higher. If it is placed in Blizzard City, it can be exchanged for a good weapon. Zhang Yi lit it first, and then lit it for Baili Changqing. Baili Changqing took a deep breath, and then a satisfied expression appeared on his face. The two chatted casually. It was boring to wait inside, so Zhang Yi might as well chat with Bailey Changqing outside and learn more about the news of the Jiangnan region. Not only them, but also people from other forces came out to breathe. The guild hall was heavily guarded, and they were not allowed to leave the vicinity of the guild hall. So soon, there were many people outside smoking and chatting in groups of 3 or 2. Suddenly, Zhang Yi and Bailey Changqing heard a commotion not far away. The two looked over curiously. Someone was heard saying, "Let's go and see the excitement! Someone is fighting. Hey, this is really interesting. We can go and have a look to relieve boredom." Upon hearing this, Bailey Changqing immediately contacted the Yanyun guards around him and asked what happened. Soon he received a response. Facing Zhang Yi's curious eyes, he smiled and said, "Someone is fighting outside." Zhang Yi raised his eyebrows and said with a smile, "You don't care about this?" Bailey Changqing said disapprovingly, "As long as they don't destroy Blizzard City or conflict with the residents of Blizzard City, we won't care. This is not in the regulations of Blizzard City." Zhang Yi smiled and said, "Maybe they are too bored and are looking for fun." Bailey Changqing looked at Zhang Yi with a slightly teasing look in his eyes. "But I heard that there are people from your Tianhai city among the people fighting." Zhang Yi's eyes suddenly condensed. "People from Tianhai city?" Before he came, he repeatedly warned everyone not to conflict with the mutants from any other city here. Even if something happens, it has to wait until the conference is over before dealing with it. Who was so impulsive that he had a conflict with others? I just hope it wasn't someone from my team. Bailey Changqing said, "Do you want to go over and take a look?" Zhang Yi had already turned around and walked towards the busiest place. Bailey Changqing and Zhang Yi walked over there together. There were already quite a few people gathered in front of them to watch the excitement. Everyone shouted excitedly, "Kill! Kill him! Hit him hard!" With Bailey Changqing leading the way, the crowd around them quickly split into a path. He and Zhang Yi squeezed to the front of the crowd. Zhang Yi then saw who was fighting. One was Chen Jingguan, and the other was Sun Jianming from Days City. Seeing them, Zhang Yi understood what was going on. The forces of Chao Yu Base and Sun Jianming are both on the sea, and there have been conflicts in the past. At the beginning, Chao Yu Base was strong, and according to Wei Dinghai's temper, he must have suppressed Sun Jianming a lot. Now that Tianhai City has declined, the strength of Chao Yu Base is only 20% to 30% of its heyday. Sun Jianming will naturally not miss this opportunity to beat the drowning dog. The two may have had an argument, so they started fighting. After Bailey Changqing came over, several Yanyun guards nearby saw him and greeted him respectfully. Although they are not in the same system, Bailey Changqing's level is much higher than these Yanyun guards. In addition, Bailey Changqing is also a person who walked out of the Yanyun system and is their outstanding predecessor. "What's going on?" Bailey Changqing asked a Yanyun guard in black combat uniform. The Yanyun guard smiled and said, "They want to fight. They have already applied to us, and we certainly have no reason to refuse." He also had an attitude of watching the fun. Zhang Yi frowned and watched the scene in the field. Sun Jianming's ability is very special. It seems that he should be a user of the strengthening system. His 2 arms swelled up like 2 gorilla arms, and his palms became like 2 huge cattail leaves. Chen Jingguan, who was opposite him, was beaten extremely embarrassed, with many injuries all over his body. Obviously, Chen Jingguan is no match for Sun Jianming. Sun Jianming looked at the struggling Chen Jingguan with a mocking sneer on his face. "If Wei Dinghai were still alive, he might fight me. Who do you think you are? Are you worthy enough to fight me?" Chen Jingguan was furious when he heard Sun Jianming mention his dead old superior. He roared and rushed towards him. Chen Jingguan's movements were as fast as lightning, and his body twisted in the air, like a huge human snake about to wrap around Sun Jianming. But Sun Jianming was not in a hurry. "Hey, looking for death!" He opened his two huge palms, caught Chen Jingguan's body, and then held it tightly. Then he stretched Chen Jingguan's body like stretching noodles and smashed it to the ground with force. Originally, Chen Jingguan's ability could soften himself and increase his toughness so that even bullets could hardly hurt him. But when Sun Jianming made his move, a shock force came out of his right hand, penetrating Chen Jingguan's body and directly stirring his internal organs. Chen Jingguan suddenly spit out a large mouthful of blood.